Hello, and welcome back to another episode of One of Us is Talking. I'm here today with Spencer MacPherson, and I'm so excited to speak with him all about school spirits. Spencer, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, really excited to be chatting. Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so excited. So, school spirits, first of all, I just want to say congratulations on season two. That's so exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, we're so incredibly excited. I have no idea when we'll get to go back and start shooting it, but I cannot wait.
Fingers crossed that hopefully soon, because so excited to see where you guys pick up and like kind of how we continue the story. But so in the show, you're Xavier, and Xavier is the boyfriend, the main suspect, a little bit of like a bad boy. Do you find yourself relating to Xavier at all?
I think there's like larger themes that I relate to about him for sure, like the idea of kind of being misunderstood. Like he's got a certain way about him. I think people, they judge a book by its cover. And I think that that's a relatable kind of feeling for everyone, especially when you're growing up and people want to put you in a box and think you're one thing. And yeah, I think that Xavier is capable of being so much more than the light that people cast him in. So I relate to that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's such a big point with Xavier. I feel like there's so much underneath who he truly is. And it's kind of being so hidden by that he was kind of cheating on Maddie, and now that Maddie's gone, so much of who he is, I feel like, was really brushed under the rug to kind
Yeah,
of give him that appearance of like a bad boy.
totally, totally. And that's kind of like a visage or whatever that he's probably had to create because his dad is who he is, and I think that yeah, like I think he's just a dude who needs to figure himself out. Yeah.
Definitely. And I mean, kind of going off how he's cheating on Maddie in season one. So he has two romantic love interests. And I don't know, do you ship Xavier and Maddie or Xavier and Claire?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think they both have they're like very very different, and I think that they both brought out different sides of him. Um, but I feel like he's maybe a little bit more like of a match with Claire. They both have this like devious streak about them, and they're kind of chaotic and yeah. But I mean, that being said, I do really like believe that Xavier had really strong feelings for Maddie, and he made a huge mistake. And
Yeah. Yeah, I think that really checks out. And I mean, one thing about Xavier, so he's on like the real life side part. He's not a ghost, he's still living. If he could meet any of those school spirits that haunt the school, who do you think he would choose?
oh, see, it's so hard to separate me from Xavier with this question because I mean I love all these school spirit so much. I think that Xavier would really get along with Rhonda.
Hmm,
They're
I
both
could
kind
see
of,
that.
like they both have this kind of like I don't want to say negative energy, but they're just kind of like a bit like dark and stormy.
Mhm.
I feel like they'd probably get along. I think that like Xavier and Wally would probably like bump heads quite a bit because they're
I
just
could
so,
see that.
you know.
What about you as Spencer? Who do you think you would want to meet the most?
Oh, that's so tough as well. I mean, I would love to just like get to be a fly on the wall in the days where they get to shoot those scenes because I love all those actors so much, but we're never on set together really. Uh, Spencer, as me, I would probably really want to meet Charlie because he just seems like the most lovable dude ever.
Yeah. I
Uh,
feel like Charlie's like the perfect like little ghost host with like
to-
all the well.
totally. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And I mean, now that we are starting with season two, which is so exciting, we kind of talked about that in the beginning. What storylines are you excited to explore? Or is there anything that, because I know you probably can't say much, that you would like to see more of?
Yeah, so I mean, I genuinely do not know anything about where it's going, but as far as speculation goes, I've seen some theories online. Once again, I'm not sure what I'm allowed because I really don't know anything. But I would say it would be interesting to see how they all react to Janet in Maddie's body, because they would sincerely have no reason to believe that that's not just Maddie.
Mhm.
So I feel like there's something cool to be done there with like her, being aware of that and playing them, and Simon is aware that that's not Maddie, but we're not, and like something cool to be done there. Once again, that's completely just like I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's going to be interesting to see if you guys pick up right where you left off, or if it's kind of be like a little time jump. I don't know. So I'm interested to see it as well. And I'm so excited to hear more news. But one of the good things about season 2 is you're going to be back in filming. So that's really exciting, no matter what the storyline is. Do you have a favorite part about filming on set?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, it might sound like a cliche answer, but it's like just like the like camaraderie of the whole thing. Especially with this group of people, that was like everyone's just such amazing collaborators, and I love that part of it when you can do a lot of preparation and stuff, and get and prepare for the day, but then like kind of once you get there and you have that option to work a scene and collaborate with someone and find something new that maybe no one had thought of beforehand, like that's kind of the fun spark of it all. So I'm excited to get back to that.
Yeah, and I feel like as an actor, after the pandemic and after filming was put off for so long, it must be so relieving to know that now you can go back to set. And like, has everything kind of returned to normal yet with COVID and being on set?
Slowly and surely, things are getting back to normal. I think there's certain precautions that have come from the whole thing that are ultimately we're better off for. We're a lot safer on sets now, which is a good thing. But yeah, I think that we're definitely approaching a place now where we're a little bit more free, and a little bit less of the red tape is involved, which is great.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, Xavier is such a great character. And I think, I don't know, personally, if I was in the show, I'd want to either play Xavier or Maddie because I feel like maybe they might know the most. But if you could play
Oh,
any,
why is that? Sorry, I'm just curious. That's so
I
cool.
don't know, because I feel like Maddie has it hidden within her. Like, I feel like she just has the answers. She just needs to be reminded and it's all going to come back. And then I feel like Xavier, I don't know. I just feel like he knows something. I don't think he killed Maddie personally, but I feel like there's something that he knows and
Hmm,
that we haven't fully learned yet.
interesting.
That's my theory, but
Very cool.
so yeah, I have to say that. But if you could play any other character, do you have an idea of who you would maybe want to play?
Am I like restricted by like my age or anything like that, or can I just pick anyone?
No, it could be anyone.
Probably Mr. Martin. I
Oh,
think that
that's
he's. I mean, but that being said, I wouldn't want to like Josh is so good in that role. Like I wouldn't want to, you
take
know,
the
take that from him. But if we're talking in a hypothetical situation, yeah, that character is just so cool, and there's so much to do there, and I think he played it so well. And
yeah. Yeah, I feel like I definitely talked about mine more who like I would be if I was them. Cause I
hmm.
feel like, but I feel like all these characters must be so fun to play. They're all so versatile and have like these personalities to them.
And I think I was talking about this with Milo, who plays Wally, just about all the how fun it is to just absorb a whole era. I know he listened to a lot of like
Yeah.
80s music, and Nick and Sarah, and like I think even Josh, like everyone just kind of really just absorbed their era, which is I feel like would be a really cool bit of research to do too.
Yeah, like I didn't even think of that. That must be so fun to kind of be stuck in like these time periods and have to really act towards them and like be in them. Yeah, that's a good point. So again, this process to be in the show. You're our perfect Xavier, but what was this audition process like? How did that kind of go down for this part?
The audition process, it took a while. There was a lot of Zoom auditions because of COVID. You don't really get to go in the room as much anymore. So
Mhm.
sending these tapes off into the ether and kind of crossing your fingers. And yeah, I did a bunch of auditions. I did a chemistry read with Peyton and a chemistry read uh with Kiara, who plays Nicole. And yeah, and then we got down to it. I got the call, and I was so excited because it's one thing to get to do these auditions where you get like one or two scenes and you're trying to show them kind of your range, what you're capable of. But then once you get out there, you're really kind of thrown into the deep end, and there's so much trust that comes with it, and it's such an honor to get to be trusted with that.
That must be one of like the best calls to receive that
Oh
you
yeah,
got the part. I can only imagine.
yeah, 100%.
That's that's so exciting. And kind of again, another thing we maybe covered a little bit, but since Xavier, he doesn't really interact with the ghost side of the world, but are there any characters you would like to see Xavier interact with more in season two?
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's even something that could be done where he could like interact with Wally, because I just feel like there would be some friction there. That would be. There's one moment I think in episode 6 where they're at the dance and some song comes on from the 80s and Xavier's like, "This song sucks," and Wally just like, "Yeah, that's my song." Like then he starts dancing. Just those little moments of like us crossing worlds without me even being conscious of it. I think that more of those would be cool.
Yeah, especially because if they like met in real life, they would butt heads so badly.
Yeah.
They'd be the
And
complete opposite.
yeah, you never know, right? Maybe they'd become the best of friends.
That's also true because maybe being so opposite, that would opposites attract, so they could also become best friends. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good one. And getting into these characters must be something really interesting because again, all of you are so unique, but what do you do before filming to get into character and make sure that you're all good to go?
I did a lot of like writing about his backstory and stuff, which is interesting. I guess I would talk a lot with Nate and Megan about his backstory, what happened with his mom, all these things which aren't really highlighted in season 1 at least.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of speculation, and I think that like just having like specificity is important. So it's like even if I make all these choices about what his backstory is, and then for whatever reason we get to the second season and they decide to go in a different direction, it, at least having something specific in my mind while shooting those scenes with my dad and everything like that, it makes it a little bit less vague. So yes, yeah, I think I would just write down a lot about his backstory. I like a
Okay,
little journal I would do.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna ask you, like, keep that in like a little journal and kind of, okay, that's really cool. I actually talked to another actor and he did like a similar thing for his character. And I have to say, both of you are so good at being in character. Like right now, you would never know that you were Xavier on the show. Like you're able to just step in and out. And I have to say, it seems like that book works really well because you guys have such strong acting abilities. And I think it just really speaks to who you are as an actor. So
So sweet.
congratulations on that.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. And I mean, why should everyone watch School Spirits? I think it's such a good show, but what's your reasoning? Why do you think everyone should tune in?
Well, I'd say for one, it is one of the things I've done that is the most accepted by so many different demographics. Parents, kids, everyone can really hop on and get something out of it, I think. On top of that, it's truly like chock full of these like twists and turns that as someone like growing up, my favorite show was The Twilight Zone from like the 60s. And I love just a good like plot twist, something to keep a cliffhanger, things like that. And this show really, it keeps you engaged from episode to episode. And The writers do a great job of just constantly unraveling and revealing like these details that didn't seem obvious, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I feel like even as a writer, this is such an inspiring show because of the way I think it's amazing how they even do the transitions from like Maddie being alive and then Maddie being dead. And I just think the show, like you said, it really reaches out to so many different demographics. And I think it was in the first or second episode when Charlie and Maddie are talking and she's worried about her mom and her mom being alone. And I think that was just one of the moments where it's like, this isn't just like a silly teen show. It can really appeal to so many people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that was one great thing about it. And here at One of Us is Talking, I love to do hot seat questions. Are you down for them?
It's good. Yeah.
Perfect. So if you had to haunt one place for your entire afterlife, which place would you choose?
Hmm. I would do gosh, all my answers that are popping into my head are just so I don't know. Uh I would probably do like an amusement like Disney World.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a
I,
good one because it's still fun there.
yeah, like I feel like if there's an empty seat, you can hop on the rides and
Exactly. Because I was even
childish answer.
I was even thinking with Maddie, I'm like, okay, no one wants to be dead, but at least she's in a place where there's a ton of people to kind of
Right.
keep the company. So like it's not like this. I don't know if you've ever seen American Horror Story,
Yeah. Yeah.
where the first season they're just stuck in that like dreary house. At
Murder
least
house.
here, yes, yes. At least here they're like in the school and they have each other. And it's like normal people for the most part, not scary monsters. So I always thought at least there's people there.
I'm trying to think too because there's that big like a lot of people when they think ghosts they think like a mischievous like presence, a creak in the floor, so it would be cool to like go somewhere where you could like maybe mess with people a little bit. uh,
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe like a golf course and I just like make people's golf balls go away, just like
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
those are good ones. And kind of going off that, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I'm somewhere on the fence. I probably believe in them a little bit. I've had a couple experiences that are kind of difficult to just explain. But yeah, I'm definitely open-minded to that. There's no
Yeah,
question about
no, I definitely agree. I've had some moments where you just can't explain them, and it's kind of like that's weird.
it.
So I'm on the fence too. But what about a favorite song? Do you have any at the moment?
Hmm. I I love I just watched this show called Beef on Netflix. Really, really good show.
I've never
Uh
heard of it.
oh, it's so good. So good. And it has such a good soundtrack of like oldies, like Hoobastank, The Reason,
Oh, okay.
Keen. It has like Somewhere Only We Know, just these really
Oh,
good
wow.
tunes. Some
Okay.
throwbacks.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna check that one out. That sounds really good.
Worth a
And
watch.
good watch. Yeah. What about Apple or Android? Do you have a preference?
I'm an Apple guy. I'm a cracked Apple guy.
Same. A- Apple phone, Apple Watch, Mac laptop. So
Right on.
Um, would you rather read the book or watch the movie?
I'd rather watch the movie, and I feel bad saying that. I don't know why. My girlfriend's quite a reader. I'm trying to get more into it. I'm definitely a movie guy.
It's kind of hard. Like once you get into reading, that makes it a little bit easier, but it is hard to make like that jump from like movies and TV show to reading. So I totally get that. And what is your favorite TV show or movie at the moment? We kind of answered that with the Netflix one. So maybe what's your favorite movie at the moment
Moment. Hmm.
or of all time?
Oh. Ooh, it's tricky. I like a Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Um, I love I've been on like a bit of a Jake Gyllenhaal kick. So I've been
Okay.
watching all
So
of his class like Nightcrawler, Brokeback Mountain, all of his classics. Yeah.
Oh,
I've been what else? The Social Network, probably top of my list.
okay, that's a good one. Okay. Yeah, I
What
mean,
about
I
you?
don't know. I'm so bad with movies. I'm a big TV show person, but I have to say my favorite movie is How to Be Single. I don't know if you've ever seen it with um I can't think of who's in it now, but it's so funny. It's such a great movie. I saw it a while ago. Oh, she's in Pitch Perfect. I can't
Anna
think.
Kendrick, Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson's in it. She's hilarious. And then I can't think of her name. She's in 50 Shades of Grey. She dates Chris Martin from,
Johnson.
yes, Dakota Johnson. It's such a good movie. So I totally
Okay, so
recommend
I can check it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Spencer, thank you so much for joining me today. I had such a great time learning more about school spirits and just waiting for season 2 news. So excited and can't wait to see you back as Xavier.
Oh, thank you so much. It was great chatting with you, Allison.
No problem.